Got everything.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you...
And they then top that off with a more flavoursome single malt, about 20 to 30%. Now remember the different regions we discussed, it's going to have big differences to the blend. So if you want to go for something a bit lighter, a bit more fruity, you're going to add in some Lowlands or Speyside. If you want to go down the more hearty, robust route, you're going to add in some Campbelltown or the Highlands. And of course, just use a little bit of Islay, because there's a risk that too much, well, it can overpower the blend. So welcome to the Master Blender sample room. So we've just spoke a little bit about the single malt whisky, the production of the single malt and the different characteristics you'll find in each bottle. However, it's also very important to learn a little bit about grain whisky, which we also produce here in Scotland. So in the 1830s, this gentleman here, Aeneas Coffey, due to the many winding roads we have here in Scotland, jutting out onto the Atlantic Ocean with its rugged coastline, you will find the Gulf Stream bridges in the world. Now Speyside is iconic for its soft, mellow fruitiness. You're going to find tropical, dried and orchard fruits in your whiskey. Get a trip to Hogwarts, or if you're a James Bond fan, you might recognise Elandonic Castle. Now if you do get a chance to visit the Highlands, you'll notice an abundance of beautiful heather that carpets the landscape. Therefore it's no surprise you'll find more floral notes in your whisky. Now don't worry, you won't smell any Highland cows in your whisky, but you might be able to smell some honey, an essential ingredient when making Scotch. Now not as mountainous as the Highlands, but just rolling hills and broad river valleys. So hello everyone, my name is Jonathan and I will be your tour guide for your experience here with us today. So downstairs on the barrel right, you'll learn how a single malt whisky is made. The production, ingredients and cask all influence the overall character of the whisky. But depending on which bottle is distilled, will contain a little piece of that part of Scotland in it. Now we like to think that the fourth ingredient is actually Scotland itself, as geography, weather and culture combine to create regional differences. So let's begin our journey with the 5 whisky producing regions of Scotland. Just put your hands up nice and high so make sure I've got everyone on the gold tour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyone else on the gold tour?
by judging precisely when to send the first part of the run, or 4 shots, and the last condensing process in action. The liquid is now known as low 1, but it needs to... The liquid is heated in a pot still, and because alcohol boils at a lower temperature, it separates from the water. The vapour rises, a heaving maelstrom of heat and foam, and if the whole thing threatens to get out of hand and overspill, don't switch your blades about. And this is where the magic truly begins. This is the washback, where yeast meets wort and sugar. This microscopic yet explosive living organism simply cannot be underestimated. Amazing! Can be used to make animal feed. The wort might not look that special, but let me assure you, this will become pure yourself. I was just having a wee breather. A bit like the malt here in the malt store, you might say. It's
Yeah, I'm on Scottish whiskey tour. Yeah, I bought silver ticket for £19 per student. There's £2 discount per student, so at least something it's worth it to carry international student license. It helps everywhere. It's supposed to last like 50 minutes tour. I hope I'm gonna enjoy. Once in Scotland I have to try like some whiskey tour, of course. It's a must, I guess.
Is the sweet smell
yeah,
of
looks nice, looks nice.
Being dried here in the kiln. More specifically, it's the smell. Still, I mustn't complain. Fresh water is, after all, a vital ingredient in the art of making Scotch whiskey. Aqua vita, or in Gaelic,
Yes, so as you see, the gate is closed. Actually, it's open, but yeah, you know, the wind opened it. It's not possible to walk inside. I still believe that the best view is outside anyway. Yeah, the view here, it's really breathtaking. Look at all these waves, moving grass, and then the castle. Wow, that's really amazing. I don't know how I'm gonna take pictures because my stand is gonna fall. See, it's so windy. I have to find a way. Yeah, so from what I read online, in Scotland, the entire country has like 3,000 castles, but 2,000 of them are like destroyed, so there's 1,000 left to kind of visit, and this one is one of the best ones. I need to come closer to give you a better view. Yeah, I'm gonna read some history notes and let you know what's this all about. So far my favorite one was the one in Loch Ness because of the view. The one in Edinburgh was also cool. This is probably gonna be the third one. I finally arrived to Tantallon Castle, and good news, it's free today because actually I can only walk around because there's some danger inside. I don't know what exactly, they didn't explain, but I was going to walk around anyway, so it's good news. There is some map about the history and all the kings, queens, and this is the plan of the castle. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk around and see what's there. This is the view I'm getting at the beginning of the way. Excellent, very nice. I like traveling off season because there are no tourists at all. There's me and one more lady, so everything for us. A lot of privacy. Although it's cold and windy, but I don't mind. Yeah, I missed my train and I ended up in some city in North Berwick in Scotland, but the view here is so awesome that I don't regret it. I'm actually very glad I missed this train. Look at this. Whoa! The weather is getting very nice, very sunny. There was a rainbow over there, but it just disappeared. Yeah, I'm gonna explore the sea a little bit. Amazing. There's some bus in 1 hour to the place I wanted to go, so I'll just walk around a little bit and hopefully catch the bus. Yeah, amazing. So the train from Edinburgh to the city of Berwick was £7 return, and the journey takes like 30 minutes. I got off-peak season, so it was cheaper. I think there's very small difference between one-way ticket and the return ticket. One way is like £6, the return is 7, so makes no sense to buy single ticket. It's always better to get return. Anyway, wow, look at these waves. It reminds me of my trip to Sweden when I was 17. It was pretty much the same weather, cold but sunny, with my friend Tony. If you happen to watch it, greetings for you. We were swimming in freezing cold water back then. It was a very cool experience, I loved it. So yeah, it reminds me of it. I kind of feel like in Scandinavia, in Scotland. I don't know, it's quite similar vibe in my opinion. Maybe I'll get to this island. There's some cool lighthouse there. I don't know if there's any ferries there. But it would be nice. I don't know. A lot of algae. Yeah, great. So you see, sometimes it's good to miss the train. So you can see views like that.
Believe kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinny, my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Good evening. I'm already in my last hotel in Scotland, in Edinburgh. I came back from Inverness city. Yeah, the journey by bus took around 4 hours and costed £14. Yeah, so not bad. It was actually quite quick bus, only a few stops on the way, like 2 or 3 stops, so yeah, very quick bus. And yeah, I'd like to tell you something about expenses. How expensive is it to travel Scotland, how to plan it properly, etc. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this one lying in bed because yeah, I'm just chilling, watching some travel vlogs on my phone. And yeah, I took shower and I'm very tired. It was so cold outside. I was dreaming about hot shower, yeah. So I finally got it. But talking about expenses, so yeah, there's a few kinds of expensive: food, accommodation, and transportation, and also attractions as well, yeah. So let's put it into 4 categories. The first one, transportation. When it comes to flights, I took a flight from Bristol to Edinburgh for £20. So yeah, very cheap flight. With EasyJet, the flight takes 1 hour 15 minutes. Yeah, so very short flight. You can also fly from London for even cheaper, like £15. I checked prices online. Yeah, it's very cheap. You can also fly to Glasgow for pretty much the same price, or Aberdeen. I don't know if it's correct pronunciation. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, these 3 airports are like the biggest, but Glasgow and Edinburgh are the cheapest. So if you're on a budget, you should pick one of those. When it comes to buses, I was really surprised with very expensive buses in Scotland. For example, a bus from Glasgow to Fort William, that was like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, costed £28. it's more than flight. So yeah, I was very surprised. Maybe that's because I haven't booked it in advance, but I don't think so, because I booked different tickets and it was still very expensive. So if you wanna get like public transportation ticket, it's like £4 or £5. But when it's in between cities, I would pay like £15 from Fort William to Loch Ness, which was like 1 hour long drive. Yeah, £15 for that. I think that's very expensive. And from Loch Ness to Inverness, that was 30 minutes long drive. It costs £7. So yeah, I think that's quite exorbitant prices, very high prices for transportation. But the bus from Inverness to Edinburgh was the cheapest, and I went with Megabus, and as I said before, it was £14 for 4 hours. Tomorrow I'm going to some castle close to Edinburgh. It's in different city, but I forgot its name. You're probably gonna see it on the screen, so no worries. And I gotta take a train. I don't know how much it's gonna be, but train from Edinburgh to Glasgow, that it's like 30 minutes long, costed me either 16 or 17, I can't remember. Yeah, even if it's 16, it's still very expensive for such a short train. I couldn't be bothered to hitchhike because it's very cold, and it's not easy to hitchhike in Scotland. It's like red hitchhiker zone. Yeah, I think it's difficult to travel in Europe, to hitchhike in Europe in general, but yeah, UK, Scotland, it's really difficult. What else? So yeah, I covered you travel expenses. It's very high in my opinion. When it comes to food, I ate out like twice. One was pizza for $9.50, medium size pepperoni. Yeah, $9.50. It's quite pricey, I think. And another one. What was another one? I actually ate out twice pizza. Yeah. One time in some local bar, and another one in some in Domino's, I think. Yeah, it was Domino's, and it was £8. So yeah, that's it. I couldn't really afford to eat out in some Scottish restaurants, like proper Scottish food, because it was too expensive. So I just bought some stuff in supermarkets. Yeah, like here you can see I got bananas, sandwich, some drink, and I also ate hot dog, some nuts. So yeah, this is how I eat. And in hotels I always get tea and coffee, so yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I think if you wanna travel on a budget in Scotland, it's not really possible to eat out. It would cost you like £15-20 for a meal with drink. Yeah, in like normal restaurant, not luxurious or anything. So that's it when it comes to food. When it comes to attractions, it's also very expensive in my opinion.
Entry to Edinburgh Castle costs £18 for student ticket. Entry to the castle I visited by Loch Ness costed me £13. Loch Ness Monster exhibition was £8. And I think that's everything I visited. I didn't go to something else. So yeah, that's not cheap. But I think it was still worth it. If you're in Scotland, you shouldn't really save on attraction tickets, because it's the best part of traveling, yeah, seeing proper historical land sites, historical sites, this is what I want to say, and all these attractions are really worth paying. What else is there? Accommodation. So yeah, I made a lot of videos that you're gonna see in the vlog that shows what you get for a certain price. So for hotel I'm in right now, I paid £42, and I think it's very good. It's ensuite bathroom. You get a lot of tea, coffee, shampoo, soap, and shower gel included in the price. Of course, towels as always. It's very clean. It's quite spacious. I like it. In Loch Ness I paid £50 for one night. In Fort William I took 2 nights for £60, so it was £30 per night. And in Edinburgh on my first day was £52 for a night, and it was shared bathroom. So yeah, today I got way better deal. And my last night is gonna be on bus, because I'm taking bus from Edinburgh to London, National Express for £10, and it's gonna be 10 hours long. It departs at 9:30 and arrives in London at 7 AM, so I'm gonna sleep through the journey, so I'm not taking any accommodation on my last day. So yeah, transportation, accommodation, food, attractions, that's pretty much everything. I didn't actually count as how much I spent in total, but I'll let you know once I count it. Maybe it appears on the screen if I already done it before editing this video. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to sleep and I'll show you the castle tomorrow.